Good morning. It's the Call Flow Radio Show, and you're on the air.
Yes, good morning. The sun is shining. It's kind of chilly outside, but that's okay. We've got some much needed rainfall as well. This is Chris Wood. We've got the Call Flow Radio Show coming up. The number to call, 434-394-0924, if you want to be a part of the show. Joining me is the illustrious Noah Massage.
Well, thank you, Chris.
How are you, Noah?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm fine. We enjoyed talking a little bit earlier.
We did catch up a little bit.
Catch up a little bit. A few little stories to tell.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Absolutely. Well, we've got a caller, so we'll take that. Good morning. You're on the Cold Flow Show.
Hey,
You
remind me of December the 25th.
Why is that?
Well, when I heard you, I said, Chris must be working today.
I love it. Oh, that's great.
Well,
That's great, Henry.
That just came up.
It's okay.
Anyway, I heard about a guy that was so dirty and grimy, they had to sandblast him before they could give him a bath with soap and water.
That's a good one. Yep.
That's bad, you know that. Sometimes we obey the rules and we get in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
I was talking to a guy one day, and he had badly burned his bottom because he obeyed a sign which said, "Put butts in ashtray."
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Yeah, that's a bad one.
That was a bad one.
That was a bad one.
Yeah. Well, just don't try to sit on it.
Right.
There was a guy that had a glass eye, and one day he was going into a big store, and as he went in, he kind of tripped,
Mm-hmm.
and the glass eye popped out, and there was a young lady a couple of feet from him, and she saw it, and she reached out and caught it just before it would have shattered against the concrete floor.
Mm-hmm.
And and he was telling me about it later, and he says, I said to him, well, once she gave you the eye back, what did you say to her? And he said, well, of course, I asked her for a date. And I said, why would you ask her for a date? He said, well, she just caught my eye.
I kept thinking, what is the punchline? What is the punchline here? And I've forgotten it. That's funny. That's funny.
Yeah, there's an old saying that he had an apartment up front and she had a flat behind.
Okay.
Anyway, let's see, what was I going to talk about here? I told you earlier, I believe, about the hospital orderly who was drafted into the military, and they gave him the rank of semi-private.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Well, yeah, some are left, but not all are right.
That's right.
And, yeah, do I hear Noah?
Yes.
Yep, you heard me.
Yes. Thought I recognized his breath. But anyway, during during the last flood, I know some people that saw their kitchen sink.
Oh boy.
That was terrible.
Well,
And,
okay.
and then there was a husband who donated a loudspeaker in memory of his late wife. Now I don't know what that meant.
Who donated
that
a lot?
he-
Oh, 'cause she was.
He donated a loudspeaker
Yeah.
in her memory.
Okay.
Oh well.
Yeah. All right.
Sometimes you have to, you need to put out a fleece to direct you. And back in the 1970s, I had to decide which way to go with a certain project. There was Plan A and also Plan B. I could do this or do this. The end result would be pretty much the same, but it's like if you're going to a town, and which highway do you take if both of them end up at the same place? But anyway, so I had asked the Lord to, I had Plan A and Plan B. And I said, Lord, have someone call me about a baseball player if I'm to do Plan B. And I said, have someone call me about a baseball player today. But if to follow Plan A, have someone call me the next day about the Cumberland Fire Department. Now, no one called that day about a baseball player or game, so forget about Plan B. And now we were unaware totally of anything concerning the Cumberland Fire Department. All right, so the next day, Kathy Hurd stopped by WFLO and gave us a surprise notice of an event coming to the Cumberland Fire Department that Saturday. And then she said she did not understand it, but the previous day she had brought that notice to give to us from Cumberland, and she had come to the studios, but for some strange reason, she could not turn into the driveway at Flo. Now, isn't that something? God sometimes directs circumstances to get glory for His name. But that was really weird.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
couldn't have happened. And she drove, 20 or 25 miles each way,
Wow.
but then couldn't turn in after she got there. So we went ahead with Plan A, which whatever that was now.
Okay. Sounds
But
good.
anyway, I trust that you all will have a great day.
Thank you. Hope
Then
that you do as well.
If anyone would like to call, my number is 414-0096. And I hope to talk to you tomorrow.
Okay. Sounds good.
Oh, thank you.
All right,
God
Henry.
bless.
Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, Henry Fulcher there giving us some one-liners and
Couple of jokes, couple of not jokes. So,
yeah,
yeah.
absolutely.
It's interesting that he chose baseball. So if somebody called him up that day about baseball, he would have went with one plan.
With Plan B.
Yeah, Plan B. And then if somebody, I guess B for baseball,
B for baseball.
and
right.
then the
then
Cumberland one.
Cumberland, yeah.
It's interesting. Yeah. It's like a coin flip almost, but
Yeah.
with the universe.
That's right.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, very, very interesting. Henry's stories are amazing.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, we have 17 minutes after 8 o'clock. We're working on this Over the Hump Wednesday, April the 9th, and I want to put a couple of belated birthdays on for 8:30 too.
Okay.
Yeah, so we'll get to those because they're pretty important.
Oh, Chris, what happened? oh no, they slipped
Well,
slipped through the
important for me
calendar or
as far-
something.
As far as family and friends is
Oh,
concerned,
yes,
yeah.
yes.
Okay, well, let's see. We've got our events,
Yeah.
historical
Yeah,
events
yeah.
coming up. since we don't have a call coming
Yeah,
in.
true. But by the way, I did mean to ask, how was your weekend?
My weekend was non-eventful.
No, man. Oh,
Yeah. I did some cleaning. I did some, well, it was so nice outside.
Yeah.
It was very, very lovely. So I did some outside work as well. I found out that the excavation work that we had done from the pond down to Horse Pen worked.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Yes.
Good.
Yeah, it worked just great. The pond's almost full from the rain that we got yesterday and Sunday. Yeah. So, but I finished a few of my jigsaw puzzles. I'm going to put my card table away now for the summer, unless I find something irresistible. It was a wooden puzzle. It was about 10 inches in diameter because it's round. And it was of a dragon reading a book inside of a library full of books. I thought that was so appropriate. It's really pretty.
That was very cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice, man.
Anyway, so your weekend was good?
Well, just dodging the pollen, it's been especially bad the past couple of
has.
days. So I've been just popping Zyrtec and in hopes that it removes my, sneezing and itchy eyes and red eyes and blowing my nose constantly.
Yeah, thank goodness for the rain.
No, I know, right?
Washed some of it away anyway,
Yeah,
especially on my car.
Yeah, your car was green the other day.
It was awful. And then I went outside to the deck for something on Saturday or Sunday.
Yeah.
Anyway, and I came back and I looked and there were my footprints, along the deck, and I'm thinking, oh, that's pollen. So I put two mats down, one in the house, one on the outside. Of course, I already had them there, but I swept them off as quickly as I could.
Yeah.
And before the pollen could resettle. I thought, I can't be dragging that stuff in because I just vacuumed the house really quickly. But
does Iggy get affected by the pollen? Does she? I had a dog that sneezed every once in a while. It was kind of upsetting.
Yeah, she kind of coughs a little bit. She gets it, in there, into her lungs or whatever, but she doesn't pay much attention to it.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. But she's scratching a lot, and I'm thinking maybe it could
Fleas?
be No, I take care of all of that.
Okay.
I think it may be a probiotic type thing with her stomach or gut or whether, from what I have read up. So the next vet visit, I'll bring that up.
Get her or get them to check her microbiome and her gut health.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, she's eating what, like turtles
Everything.
and like anything on the ground, leaves and.
No, she doesn't. But
No.
she does eat sticks.
Yeah.
So, and that keeps her teeth nice and clean.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah. They've commented on her teeth.
Nature's
It's nice and clean.
toothbrush.
That's right.
Yeah, wow.
Anyway, but she's okay as long as she's still got her appetite and she has her regular routine of eliminating everything. I think she's okay.
Yeah.
But the scratching, we'll see.
Is it maybe dry skin as well?
I don't think it's dry skin because she swims every day. But I might find maybe some oil or something like that, or olive oil or something that's nice for her skin.
You're
like
getting ready.
Wesson oil.
Getting ready. You're getting Iggy ready for the oven. Olive oil. Soak in olive oil for 15 minutes, then lightly season.
Sometimes I wish, but anyway, no, she's good. She's good. So now she's not only bringing sticks in. She's bringing limbs. I mean, long 15 footers. She's amazing.
It's amazing. Does she like try to go enter the door with it like this way?
Well, what she does is she shakes it.
Shakes it.
She shakes it up against my ATV.
Okay.
And tries to break it down, And she knows not to come toward me with it, because she wants to show me all this stuff, and all I can see is her spearing me with it, whatever. But but she's very proud of her sticks, believe me.
Wow.
Okay. Today in history, April the 9th, the fall of Baghdad. Baghdad fell to U.S.-led forces on this day in 2003, several weeks after the start of the Iraq War. A conflict begun to oust Iraqi President Saddam Hussein because of his supposed possession of weapons of mass destruction. So, yeah, they are around. 2005, Charles, Prince of Wales, who was first in line to the British throne, married Camilla Parker Bowles. In 2001, American Airlines officially completed its acquisition of Trans World Airlines, that's TWA, and became the world's largest airlines. In 1965, the Astrodome opened in Houston, Texas, hosting the first indoor baseball game. That was the Astrodome. 1963, an act of Congress conferred honorary U.S. citizenship on Sir Winston Churchill. Never knew that. 1939, African-American contralto Marian Anderson sang to an Easter Sunday crowd of 75,000 people at the Lincoln Memorial after the Daughters of the American Revolution refused to allow her to sing at Constitution Hall in Washington, D.C. So that was in 1939. 1898, Paul Robeson, a celebrated American singer, actor, and political activist, was born. In 1865, General Robert E. Lee, commander of the Army of Northern Virginia of the Confederate States of America, signed a treaty of surrender at Appomattox Courthouse, effectively ending the American Civil War. And that was on this date, April the 9th, 1865. Of course, Sailor's Creek has been celebrating.
Yeah, they're having 160th anniversary.
That's right.
Yeah, different events. I think they have some trail dedications as well.
That's right. Okay, that's just about all of
all
that.
the history.
It's of any real interest. Let's see. What happened on who's got a birthday today? Hugh Hefner was born on this date. He's an American publisher and entrepreneur, 1926. Leopold II, King of Belgium. His birthday was this date in 1835. And that's about it.
Okay.
Okay, so our lines are open. It's 825 4343940 It is a beautiful Wednesday, a little on the chilly side, but maybe this will be the last
Wind chill, yeah.
the last surge of really, really cold air coming in. Of course, what do they say about April? It's unpredictable.
Yeah.
I've seen it snow in April.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy, yeah. But we won't mention snow, right? Okay, oddities.
I had some, yeah.
It's a wonder your nose is still on your face.
I'm yanking
You
at
poor
it
thing.
so much, Chris.
I know,
I'm
it doesn't
blowing.
look like it's elongated anymore,
Yeah.
but poor thing.
Yeah, I always thought I got my unusually large nose from my mother, or my parents, I should say. Not, I shouldn't single out my mother. But
Your mother may not appreciate
no,
that.
no. My mom has a great nose, but I think because I have always done this in my entire life, I've always been heavily blowing my nose in the summertime and pulling. I wonder if I stretched my nose out to like.
Now, your nose probably won't have any wrinkles on it.
No, that's true. That's right. That's good. That's a good one, Chris.
Is that a good one? Anyway, no. My mother, both of my parents had good noses. In fact, I'm going to tell this on myself because it's so funny. When I was in the 9th grade, we had a science class or a biology class, I guess it was, and in the class they voted on who had the best nose.
That's such a weird thing to vote on, but it's kind of interesting.
And I won.
Oh, congratulations, Chris.
Isn't that ridiculous?
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, I was rather embarrassed by it.
How long was the process of voting? Was it just like
I have no idea.
an
I don't
afternoon? Was it
remember.
weeks? Like people
No,
putting.
it was just in class.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway. So
Yeah. Wow, that's incredible.
that's one of my things that I can,
Look back
boast
on?
about or look back on. Yeah, was
Yeah.
having the best nose in my biology class in 9th grade.
Yeah. All right.
8:27 is our time, and let's see some oddities.
Trying to
Do you
find
have anything?
some.
Let me check our
Yeah.
entertainment news as well and see what's going on there.
Yeah.
Have you been to the movies recently?
That's a great question. I haven't been to the movies, but I did recently watch the 1985 movie Clue, based off of the board game.
Oh yeah.
But I
Yeah.
watched that at home. I didn't go to the movies to see it.
Yeah.
But by the way, I heard they renovated. You know the Bird Theater in Richmond.
Yes.
They've been doing little renovations on the pipe organ and the chairs and getting new chairs. But apparently, Chris, I was not aware of this until a couple of days ago. But they renovated the upstairs balcony, and that's open to the public now.
Oh, good.
Because every time I go there, it's always closed off. I always wanted to see what it looks like from the balcony.
I always liked the balcony. When you're a teenager and you go
Yeah.
there with your boyfriend,
Oh, yeah.
and all that stuff, and sit
Exactly.
there in the back row of the balcony. Sometimes you get to see the movie. Sometimes.
There you go. Yeah. I hear you.
Anyway.
Yeah, but the balcony, I can't wait to check it out because I've never been up there. I've only been on the bottom floor. So, but it's so
great
nice.
venue.
It's
Yes.
so nice.
Yeah,
I love
it
that
is.
theater.
All right.
All right, and I'm looking on the oddities. I see something from NBC Washington. Would you be interested? It says giant Mars balloon escapes Kennedy Center Plaza, rolls towards highway. It's on NBC Washington.
A balloon?
Giant Mars balloon. I guess it escaped the center of the Kennedy Center
Yeah,
Plaza. So it's a gigantic balloon that looks like Mars, and it's barreling towards the highway.
It was a collision on a collision course, right?
Yeah. Okay. So I'll just quickly read through this. We're actually at the bottom of the hour.
Well,
so.
go ahead. Just go ahead.
Okay. Well, it says cars driving past the Kennedy Center witnessed an unexpected liftoff on Thursday after a 30-foot tall Mars balloon escaped its this Kennedy Center Plaza and rolled from its place outside the Arts Center onto the highway. The planet's famous for its rovers went roving itself, departing the Kennedy Center, reached Plaza and rolling towards the east onto the roadway. So looks like they got it out of there, but it was just of the nick of time, I guess.
Just in the nick of time. All right. That's interesting.
Yeah.
I can picture it in my head. It is 8:31. Let's go ahead and get our business done at the bottom of the hour. And do we? Yes.
It might be over there.
Well, let's see. Anyway, our weather forecast is brought to you by the Bank of Charlotte County.
Hello, I'm Stuart Wilborn, manager of the Bank of Charlotte County Loan Office in downtown Farmville. With over 30 years of banking experience, I'm here to help you finance your commercial, agricultural, or personal project. Give us a call at 391-1136 or stop by our downtown office at 216 North Main Street, where you'll find old school personal assistance with attention to detail. The Bank of Charlotte County, giving you more for your banking needs. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
All right, the WFLO forecast calls for lots of sunshine today with a high near 58 degrees. Tonight, an increase in clouds with a low around 38. For Thursday, a chance of showers after 2 p.m. Mostly cloudy with a high near 63 degrees. Our chance of precipitation is at 30%. For Thursday night, a chance of showers and thunderstorms, then showers and possibly a thunderstorm after 8 p.m. with a low around 48 degrees. Your chance of precipitation is at 80%. For Friday, showers with thunderstorms also possible after 2 p.m., a high near 60 degrees. Southeast winds at 5 to 7, becoming southwest in the afternoon. Precipitation chance is at 80% on Friday. Friday night, a chance of showers and thunderstorms. Mostly cloudy with a low around 43. Chance of precipitation at 50%. Then for Saturday, a chance of showers before 2 p.m. Mostly cloudy with a high near 56 with a chance of precipitation at 30%. So it's going to just be one of those weekends. Looks like Sunday will be the best bet under mostly sunny skies with a high near 64. Outside, we have our humidity at 58%. Our barometer is on the rise at 30.32 inches. We have our winds from the east-northeast. They haven't moved much, still pretty light, around 4 miles per hour. We did have a low this morning of 31 degrees. Currently, sunshine and 36 degrees outside. I believe that freeze warning for us until 9 o'clock is pretty much over with. However, there was lots of frost around this morning as I came in. I hope it didn't damage the plants and those beautiful spring blooms very much. Anyway, the weather forecast brought to you by the Bank of Charlotte County with branch locations in Phoenix, Charlotte Courthouse, Brook Neal, and their loan office in downtown Farmville. All right, we have our birthday and perhaps anniversary calendar coming up for you. That is brought to you by Terry Atkins Wilson, PC.
The law office of Terry Atkins Wilson, PC, is located at 117 North Main Street in downtown Farmville. With deep roots in Farmville and our surrounding communities, Terry and her legal staff specialize in real estate law, wills and trusts, and business formations. Experience and professionalism are extended to every customer in every case. The needs and concerns of every customer are their primary focus. If you have legal needs, contact the law office of Terry Atkins Wilson, PC, for a consultation at 434-392-1422.
All right, that's our jazzy birthday
yes.
for today. It's good for the over the Hump Wednesday.
It is, indeed.
All right, Noah, I'm going to turn it over to you. Who's celebrating today?
All right, Chris. Today is Wednesday. I almost said Thursday for a second. Wednesday, the 9th, and we have a decent list. Starting off with Samuel Landon Knight celebrating a birthday. Also, Christine Skeens also celebrating a birthday. We have Richard Stallings, and that's going to be it, Chris. It's just those 3 birthdays, and then I believe you said you had some belated birthdays you want to get to.
Yes, I have 2 belated birthdays. On April the 7th, my son-in-law, Frank Eways, turned 54. He's from Charlottesville.
Nice.
I want to wish him a happy birthday. And yesterday, I was so excited about celebrating Jenny Bobco's birthday. She is 86 today.
Oh, wow.
Or
Nice.
yesterday. And I baked pecan pie and took it to a duplicate club, and we all had pie and ice cream for her. And so she's a grand lady. So I would wish her a happy birthday.
Absolutely.
Today.
All right.
All right.
If they want to get those birthdays to us, they can email us at birthdays@wflo.net. They can call in at 434-394-0924, or they can simply just go to our website under the on-air mentions page. We have a birthday section. You can submit birthdays directly from our website.
All right. And for the right legal advice, visit Terry Atkins Wilson, PC, on Main Street in Farmville. Well, we have our recipe of the week
Oh, indeed.
coming up. And this is something that you might want to consider for Easter
Okay.
as sort of either an hors d'oeuvre type thing, or you can serve them with your meal as well. They're deviled potatoes. And instead of deviled eggs, you can devil potatoes. And I'm going to tell you how you do that. They're cute. You use baby gold potatoes.
Okay,
Baby
yes.
gold ones. And you scoop them out and then given a deviled egg treatment and served as either finger food or delicious and fun spring appetizer. Okay, so here we go. Here are your ingredients. 1.5 pounds of baby gold potatoes. Okay. A tablespoon of kosher salt, plus more to taste. 1/2 cup of mayonnaise. 2 teaspoons of yellow mustard. 1/4 cup of sweet pickle relish. 1/2 teaspoon of freshly ground black pepper. And 1/2 teaspoon of paprika and chopped chives for garnish. All right. They're going to be really pretty too, really cute. Anyway, step 1. You cover potatoes by 2 inches with water in a large saucepan. Add salt and bring potatoes to a boil over high heat. Cook until potatoes are fork tender, about 12 minutes. And then you drain those and let them cool, okay? When the potatoes are just cool enough to handle, cut each one in half lengthwise, not half, anyway,
Yep.
you know what I mean.
Oh, yeah.
To most resemble the shape of an egg, all right? Use a small measuring spoon or melon baller to scoop out the center of each potato, leaving about 1/8 of an inch border. And you add potato flesh to a bowl.
Okay.
Okay? Now, the mashed potato flesh with a fork and stir in the mayonnaise, the mustard, the relish, the green onions, and pepper. Season with salt to taste. Spoon or pipe mixture into each potato. Shell. And sprinkle with paprika. Sprinkle with chives if desired and serve immediately, or you can refrigerate until they're ready to serve. So there you go. Oh, wait a minute. Let me see. Okay. All right. It's only 123 calories per serving, so
Not bad.
that's not too bad. But anyway,
It's very doable.
very doable.
The
right?
recipe and the
Yeah. Well, what
calories.
you can do is, if you're going to have ham or a pork roast or something like that, when you put the pork roast on, you kind of garnish that with parsley or whatever you want, sprigs, and then you line the platter with the potatoes.
Oh man, yeah.
Yeah,
Classy
it's a little
presentation.
classic-
Yeah.
Very classy presentation.
Well,
Anyway.
I like that, Chris. That
Yes.
sounds great. I might
Yeah.
try that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so that's your deviled potatoes, and we've got it online. Right
It's
now,
already on the
right
website, yeah.
website, so-
And great for Easter dinner. Great for just summertime,
Yeah,
little shindig.
Sometimes
you
shindig
know?
with going to have hamburgers or something like that.
Yeah,
Instead
yeah.
of fixing deviled eggs, you can have the potatoes and the
Exactly. Yeah.
deviled egg flavor right there.
I am totally for this recipe, Chris.
Yeah, I
You don't have
think
to
it'll be
convince me
fun.
anymore. This
It'll
sounds
be
great.
fun, Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's your recipe, deviled potatoes. Look it up.
All right. Wow.
All right.
I did want to ask you a question. More of a general question. It's okay if you don't have. I don't know if I have an answer really, but do you remember the worst haircut you ever had in your life? Could be.
I remember the worst hairdo I
Yeah.
had in my life.
Okay. Well, I think that counts as well. If-
Back in the 80s? Yeah.
the 80s were a rough time for everyone.
Yeah, well, I had gained some weight.
Sure.
And then I decided I needed a permanent for some reason or another. And BJ Ledbetter will probably remember this. And she was against it. But I wanted one.
Yeah.
I hadn't had a permanent since I was a kid. My mother used to give them to me. But anyways, so I did that. And it was horrible. It was just horrible. I hated it. It made me look more heavy or whatever. So that, yeah, I can say that that's the worst.
Do you have photos from that?
No, I do. One.
Oh man, yeah.
And I forgot to delete.
Oh man. Well, that's
Well, actually, I
historic.
couldn't delete it because it's
It's a Polaroid.
picture.
You would have to burn it.
Yeah,
That's an intense level of getting rid of evidence, like when you throw something into a fire.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
horrible.
Wow.
You know,
Chris, yeah. Well, that's a part of
hate
you.
it.
You know.
But
That's. Yeah.
if I'd known my little motto now, this
Mm-hmm.
too shall pass. But I didn't.
Oh,
I was pretty depressed. Anyway, we'll take a caller. Good morning. You're on the air.
Sorry, it's me again. I won't be but a moment. Sometimes I say some terrible things to Noah, and I don't want anybody to think that I'm putting him down or making fun of him, but
Oh,
he's
no.
my brother. You know, he's my brother, and Noah, I hope you realize that I do because I appreciate you so much.
Of course, yeah, Henry. I appreciate you too. I never even suspected that, like, not even an inkling. But yeah, no worries, man.
Well, I want the public to understand
okay.
that I feel close as a brother to you. And so
yeah,
I
likewise.
just want to make sure publicly I say that.
Okay. Well.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Henry. Appreciate that. Likewise.
Thank you,
to
my friend.
All
God
right.
bless. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye
Bye-bye.
bye. All right.
Yeah. All right. Well. Yeah,
Maybe Henry's conscience was working on him. I don't.
I didn't even get the inkling
that.
of a suspicion of that.
No,
at all, though.
but anyway, at least he.
Yeah. Well, you know. Well, Chris, I do have a bad haircut story, but I do want to mention if anybody has a bad haircut story, which, I mean, who doesn't? That's a very common, that's a very life experience. Everybody's had it at least once.
I just wanted to tell you I haven't had a permanent since.
Wow, that's amazing. Yeah, you should really bring that photo in. I would love to see it.
Well,
I'm sure it's not that bad,
find
Chris.
it.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's lost in the archive somewhere.
Wow. Well, 434-394-0924 is the number to call in if you do have a bad haircut story you want to mention, and or you just want to talk to us about,
Right.
anything. But I do want to mention there was a time when I was like 7 and I really liked long hair. I was like growing it out. I wanted to look like one of the Beatles. So I was kind of going for this like just long kind of hair. And my mom was like, "You're not going out in public like that at all. Like you look insane." And so what ended up happening, she was like, "I'm going to cut your hair." Like my mom never took me to a proper barber a couple of times, but she would like try like practicing on my head with her. Like I was like,
not with a razor.
yeah, no.
Or
Just like a hair,
razor.
just hair cutters that you buy at like the store, the general store,
Right.
And so I was,
Trimmers,
yeah, exactly. And I was a practice. It was like her test dummy. It had this beautiful head of hair, Chris.
Well, you got your.
Yeah.
Was it curly?
It wasn't curly. It was flat, but it was very.
Yeah.
It had volume. I think they call it.
that's what
I have no idea. I have like hardly any hair left now, so it's like pointless to me knowing the terminologies. But I was gonna say, so she would practice on my head, and I loved having long hair so much. And the thing she did was she got the shortest. She got the number like 3, the number 2.
Don't tell me she buzzed you.
She like did a basic buzz, essentially. Not like buzz, but like just like super short hair on the sides and not much hair on top. It felt like, to me as a 7-year-old, it felt like
You were naked.
I was naked and I was in prison. Like, I had a buzz cut. I was like
All you needed was striped
tattoos,
pajamas. Right?
exactly. Yeah, and striped pajamas, exactly. Yeah. I don't know. We do have a phone call.
Well,
hopefully somebody has a
yeah. Okay.
story to follow that up with. But
All right. So
Yeah.
let's take a caller here. Good morning. You're on the air.
Good morning. Chris,
Yes.
let me tell you what Noah did yesterday when it was time for the birthdays.
What?
So he did the weather,
Uh-huh.
and then he played the ad, the sponsor for the birthdays.
Right.
And then he said, we're going to toss it over to John Staten to read the birthdays.
Uh-huh.
Instead of the birthday music,
Uh-huh.
he accidentally played John doing the station ID.
That happens.
It was so funny.
I bet. I bet. Yeah.
yeah, that was it's tough. You gotta be on it running the board. You can't. I mean, you have to be like 3 cups of coffee down, in my opinion.
I listened to your Farmville Spotlight yesterday on YouTube that you did this month with the painter. It was pretty good.
Yeah, she was a great guest. Maybe the best one that we've had so far, Amanda Goff.
Oh, Amanda,
super talented, super knowledgeable about.
Except for she didn't have an answer for first-time callers.
First-time caller. Yeah, first-time caller called in with a question
Finally.
to the on the Farmville Spotlight, and his question was why. What is the reason of paintings costing like a lot of money? Like those paintings that look like a child did them, and they're like going for like $1 million, $500,000. And he's like, what like is the reason behind that? Like, what causes the inflation of
The going viral.
Yes,
Viral and inflating
Exactly.
prices.
Yeah, and she was like, she didn't really have
An answer?
because like it's tough to say. It's probably like, I mean, she even mentioned that's like a topic that you can talk about for hours about why are our prices so expensive sometimes. And so, anyways, other than that question, that really, I mean, that was a great question that first time caller had, and it stumped our guests. So that was pretty great. But other than that, yeah, I mean, she was very on it the whole interview. I would say so. Yeah.
Well, what do you think?
Is there a station ID that you've recorded, Noah?
You know, there is not. No, I have not done one.
John probably did one where he impersonated you. Put it on there.
He should. That's a great idea for John.
You were on Monday, right?
Yes.
From 9 to
Yes.
11 or whatever.
Yes, yeah.
Somehow or another, what did you do? You talked funny.
You know, John, actually, that was John.
It was John's laughing at me.
Yeah. I talked like John does the impersonation of me because that was John doing an impersonation of me while I was in the studio.
I want to tell you,
Yeah.
John, that was pretty daggone good because I thought it was Noah. What did you hear him on Monday? Hello?
No, I did not.
Oh.
Not at that time.
Oh, I was thinking to myself, golly, what's
Yeah.
going on with Noah? Oh, that's funny.
Oh, man.
So how are you?
Pretty good.
Good.
I'm sorry I missed that.
Yeah, that was kind of
Yeah, he was talking
interesting.
up a record, and he was like, "I'm Noah Massage," and like going on. Oh, John, I mean, John's here. If he wants to do an impersonation of what he did on Monday, I mean, I would be more than happy to welcome it. I think people want to hear it. To be honest with you.
Oh yeah.
And he's
I'm not
closing.
gonna get it- I'm not
He's
gonna get
walking
that.
up.
Here
He's
he's
standing
coming.
up. Oh boy!
Oh,
All
here
right,
he comes.
we better unmute
He's
the
rolling
mic.
his eyes. I'll put on the microphone
All right,
for
the
him.
mic's hot. John's
right.
walking into the studio.
right.
All right.
Okay.
He wanted me to do that, by the way.
I talked about
That's
it. I
the
was
part
like,
you're
it would
leaving
be
out.
funny. No.
I didn't do it to be poking fun.
No. I thought it would be funny, and it was
Yeah,
funny.
It was.
All right.
And you cut me off before I nailed the vocal. I was going to make you sound really good by nailing the vocal on that long intro, but
John,
messed
you have
yourself up on that.
ample
Look at the black
opportunity.
jeans and the shirt. He's all. You must. Are you expecting company?
No.
Oh,
I just I like to
Yeah.
dress professionally.
Just
You
a
know,
little.
Yeah.
I don't.
Am I trying to say?
Hey, John.
Is it sniffy? Snippy? What was it? I'm trying to say.
Snooty?
Snappy.
Snappy.
Snappy. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
right.
All right. Well, that was John Staten. The one-off appearance. You know.
Yeah, I thought he would do more than that, but anyway.
Me too, to be honest.
Oh well. Okay, so
That was fun.
that was
That was
kinda-
entertaining. I
that
was entertained.
entertaining.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, my first impression was this has got to be a joke.
Yeah.
You know, or something like that, because I don't think that you would do that.
No, God, no.
No. I didn't think John would do that either, but he did. But you
did.
pushed him a little
well,
bit.
I didn't put. Well, I said, John, how funny would it be if you just jump into this song and act like it's me and talk up the next record without any context in anything? I thought it was funny. I was laughing.
You're bringing him out of his shell.
a little bit. Yeah.
Anyway, so
Not really. Actually, he does that every day.
do what, sir?
You did a good job with that interview. That was on Facebook the other day.
Oh, the one with John, working on the log.
No.
Chris Wood. I'm sorry.
Do what?
Yeah, that one. When they interviewed you the other day about working at WFLO.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, you did good with that.
Oh, well, thank you.
No problem.
Yeah, 38 years.
Mm-hmm.
It would have been, 39, but there was a year or so lapse in between that, between the radio station getting started here and my taking care of Francis with, when he was 6. So, yeah. So I came back in October of 2023. So, yeah. Anyway.
Now, do you still ever hear from Larry B?
Oh, boy. I see Larry about once a week. Yeah, because he is my neighbor. Yeah, he's doing very well.
Because he hosted Call Flow when you weren't there.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I've got to tell you a story.
I can't believe you're going to mention this. Way to go, Chris.
I can't believe I'm going to do it either, but it's funny as all get
It
out.
is.
So, Larry, we kind of exchanged gifts or food or something like that over Christmas time and excuse me, other times as well. But he gave me this container of candy that he'd made. It was chocolate with peanuts and really delicious. And I put it, of course, I thanked him and I put it in the refrigerator. And I could see through the container that it was candy, or some kind of chocolate stuff. So anyway, it got lost in the back of my refrigerator. And I kept saying, I'm going to open that up and, eat it.
Mm-hmm.
So I was cleaning out my refrigerator on Monday, I think it was. And I thought, well, I'll bring this out and, check it out.
Take a look at it.
Yeah. So I opened it up, and on top of the container were 2 packets that looked like wrapped in paper towels.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, he just used that to keep the moisture, what you do.
Oh,
sometimes.
yeah.
So I picked them up, and I thought, well, they're kind of weighty. So Larry's wife, Alicia, she has her own business through the web, and she does some with jewelry and everything. But anyway, so I opened up the 2 packets, and there were 2 beautiful necklaces. In fact, I'm wearing one today. 2 beautiful, large. This one is I guess she would call it a brooch before, but she put it on a chain. And I was so surprised that I just couldn't believe it. And I thought to myself, a few months ago, I had some car trouble, and they came and picked me up, both of them. And Alicia was asking me if I liked large, kind of chunky jewelry, and I said,
Yeah.
"Oh yeah, and I love it and everything." I figured out she was hedging me, to make a comment on what she'd given me for Christmas.
Yeah.
now.
Oh man.
So,
Chris, how are you gonna go through
well,
this situation?
I was very embarrassed, but I did go Monday
Yeah.
and thanked her.
Nice.
But I had to tell them
The story.
the circumstances, and we all just howled.
That's
we all
great.
just it was amazing. So yeah, these 2 necklaces were in the refrigerator since Christmas. By the way, the
might be
candy was
listening right
delicious. Yeah.
He might be listening right now.
He might
can tell
be.
the story.
But I felt better, and Alicia felt better, I'm sure. She said, well, I kept wondering if you were going to say anything or say thank you or whatever. I felt bad about it. But anyway, I did explain myself, and that's the story.
Yeah. No, it probably feels
And I'm going to
good
stick to it.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Oh, anyway. So, yes, I saw Larry yesterday. His son, Jazz, is visiting here from California.
Jazz?
So he's here for the week. Yeah, his name is Jazz.
That's a great name.
Isn't that a great
That's
name?
a great name. Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yep.
For a boy or a girl?
A boy.
Boy, yeah.
A young man, I should say.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah.
That is a incredible name, man. I love that. I'm like, that's almost better than Attila. I'm not saying it is better, but it's almost better. Anyways.
Okay.
All right.
Or a Pandora. Or
Okay.
whatever.
All right. Okay.
So anyway, that's your question. Yes, I do see Larry often, and he's doing fine.
I used to listen to him sometimes, so
Yes. Very entertaining.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, okay. All right. Well, do you have anything else you want to add or any more questions?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, it was nice hearing from you. And we hope that you call in again soon, okay?
Yes, I'll do that.
All right. Have a great remainder of your day.
Okay.
Take
bye.
care. Bye-bye. All right. That was our gentleman caller from Hanover County.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's nice to
Formerly known as the potato caller.
talk. The potato caller.
Because his phone's like great now. I feel
I
like
know.
it's like
yeah, you can
so much
understand
better.
him.
Yeah.
Take care of him, yeah. And what about first-time caller? Have we heard from him?
I haven't heard from first time it's been a minute since we heard from first time caller. So maybe he's out of states or
Well,
who knows?
I hope he's okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's the main thing.
Yeah.
All right, celebrity birthdays.
Mm-hmm.
We have a couple of pretty big names here celebrating on this April the 9th. And we'll go down here and we'll tell you that actor Dennis Quaid turns 71. And he portrayed Ronald Reagan in the 2024 film Reagan. Also celebrating Paulina Poreskova turned 60. She married Cars singer Rick Ocasek in 1989. And she's a very pretty lady. Let's see here. Actress Kesha Knight Pulliam is 46. She's a longtime member of the cast of House of Pain. That's Payne. Actress Leighton Meester turns 39. She's originally from Fort Worth, Texas. We also have Kristen Stewart turns 35. And both of her parents work in the entertainment industry as well. Actress Elle Fanning turns 27 today. And she portrayed Aurora in the 2014 film Maleficent. I thought I recognized her. It was a good movie, too. Mm-hmm. Let's see who else is celebrating today. Rapper Lil Nas X turns 26. His brother competed on the second season of Claim to Fame. Nice. And that's about all we have time for today. Anyway, we appreciate our calls. We hope that you have a great day, and we'll be talking at you tomorrow. Yeah. Try to stay warm out there. It's going to be a chilly few days here. Yeah. Take care.
All right, bye.